Okay, this is my Mercedes Beast four-wheel drive Sprinter 2500 that is for sale, and I am going to give part of the proceeds to backcountry hunters and anglers as a donation. I'm a life member. Trying to do my part since I missed the rendezvous, and let's tour the outside of the van. So as you can see on the driver's side, you got the stairwell or the ladder going up to the roof rack, which leads up to a diamond plate roof. We'll get to that in a minute. There is a very large light bar across the top that has on and off button at the driver's station. And then you come around the front, and the wheels are BFG KO2s. Got a lot of tire life left. Custom black Mercedes mag wheels. Come around the front, you got Laverne bull bar with the Rocky Mountain Elk Foundation license plate tag. That's negotiable, keeping that in there. Of course, you know, the Sprinter front end, there's a light bar again. Okay, coming around, you know, passenger side, again, tires, nothing out of the ordinary here. Now you may be noticing the window pattern. This van started off its life as a passenger van for a mountain bike team, and very interesting deal. And that brings me to the back end. Okay, so this is a custom rear bumper. Okay, and see that 4-bolt pattern? That 4-bolt pattern matches up to the 4-bolt pattern right there in the bracket. And then this is a swing arm that goes to a standard hitch bracket. Now this was manufactured, designed, and powder coated to hold a large bike rack system. Well, guess what you have? You have two little studs there, and this thing swings on and attaches with a spring-loaded clip right behind the hitch mount. And there's one on the other side. So what you actually have is a bumper that was designed to hold these two swing-away bars. Now, you could put anything on these. You could put more storage, you could put propane tanks, you could put anything that your mind can come up with that would go into a standard trailer hitch mount. Off the back, okay, we have another set of high intensity LEDs and the rear view backup camera. Okay, inside in the back is the custom storage unit and bed system that I made. The bed is completely made out of wood, and it's designed around a very comfortable full-size mattress that I bought at the local mattress store. It's not an RV mattress. It is extremely dreamy sleep system. But as I'll move forward here, you can see there's plenty of room for you to get up in there and lay on that bed. And then underneath the bed, complete with, you know, BHA sticker, underneath the bed is a significant amount of storage. All kinds of stuff slides in here and stays. I use it for, you know, bag chairs, camping equipment, bow cases, duffels, whatever I'm hunting for at that time. Of course, each door has a little storage area, great place for TP, trash bags, and then the whole van comes complete with these magnetic curtains. You just let them go and they magnetize right back to the window frame. That's how we keep it dark in here at night when we're sleeping. All right, the drawers. The drawers that I built go the length of the entire bed, minus the width of a 5-gallon bucket, and I'll explain that here in a minute. The one on the right I use for camping equipment. In that box is my infrared cooktop and some other odds and ends. That 2x4 is to prop the drawer up when it comes all the way out. And the left side is all of my really serious tools, roll 550 cord, a dish air compressor, Pioneer tools, you know, axe, saw, those things. Actually saved a guy last year who had been stranded for 3 days when I was hunting for elk. He didn't have the tools he needed to fix his truck, but I did. So those are kind of like permanently full all the time, because wherever I'm going to go, I need the emergency equipment and I need, you know, just the regular camping cooking equipment. Okay, inside the van, top to bottom with the sliding door open. Pretty substantial opening area. There's the back of the cab. There used to be an additional DVD player in the ceiling. I took that out and put in some LED lighting, and I got some cool stickers. That's an aftermarket shelf bought by a company that makes sprinter van equipment. Gives us some headroom storage. Really the only thing wrong with the whole van is that little tiny part in the headliner right there that you can see is not staying attached these days. Behind the passenger seat is your DVD player and a couple of additional HDMI ports. Rolled up in that little guy right there, little bath mat, is the fire extinguisher. That is a Yeti Goal Zero 1400, and keep it charged up pretty much all the time. That's what they ask you to do. On top of that rack, where I have the LED lanterns and some power cord stuff, is where the heater or the air conditioner goes. I use a space heater or a space air conditioner. And then, because I'm a big game hunter and fisher mostly, that freezer goes with me everywhere. And we'll talk about that in a second, why that's important. And then I had designed the shelving system to put a row of 4 5-gallon buckets across the front. They're insanely useful for anything when you're camping. But, you know, like the first one has bottled water in it all the time. The second one's kind of for emergencies. The third one's bungee cords and bug spray. And the fourth one's like laundry detergent and trash bags. And then you can kind of see as we go up, you know, through the van, that's the top of the bed system. Those little hooks and orange twist ties are where my fishing poles go. And then, of course, there's more storage back in there. You can see a pool noodle and some other odds and ends.
Want everybody to alert your support teams. Wake up anybody you need, get them in here. Let's work the problem, people. Let's not make things worse by guessing.
So, of course, I'm in the bed right now. Quite often, if it's a rainy day or it's just nighttime, we sit in here and watch videos. On the last trip, we were obviously watching Apollo 13, and that's what you can hear right there. Okay, so the freezer. That freezer is capable of holding 2 boned out elk and a deer easily. Once it's cooled down, I say again, once it's cooled down, if you plug it into the Yeti Goal Zero or the Goal Zero Yeti 1400 lithium, which is what that is, it'll keep that thing running and cold and your meat frozen for almost 5 days without being plugged in. But here's the cool part. If every time you stop, you open up your suitcase solar panels and plug those in to the Yeti 1400, it keeps the power source charged, which keeps the freezer running longer. Last year I took a pronghorn, and for 2 weeks it was boned out, frozen solid in there while I hunted deer and elk. So it took me almost 2 weeks to get a pronghorn with my bow on public land. Then I went after bear, mule deer, and elk. Got a bear, and it stayed frozen in there for another 7 days. I didn't get the elk or the deer, but hey, you can't get everything in life. It was all bow hunting on public land. So that's the system right there. That's why I didn't build a cool little sink and kitchenette kind of thing. I take that infrared cooktop. I put it on top of the freezer. I plug that into the Yeti, and then I'm cooking. No bottle gas at all. Okay, the cab's pretty much a Mercedes Sprinter cab. You got like all your controls in the dash, or excuse me, in the steering wheel. Those two switches underneath the four-wheel drive switches, and the four-wheel drive switches are to the left of the key, are for the LED light systems on the roof. That right there is, in fact, showing that the navigation system works on here. It's got front and rear air and a ton of power ports all over the front of the vehicle. And finally, the roof. It's a safari rack with diamond plate on top of it. Powder coated black. It'll really hold a lot of additional gear. I put fuel cans, hunting blinds, climbing stands, all kinds of stuff up here that doesn't really fit well in the truck. I added the cargo net, of course, and I added the foam around the front and back bars because I throw my kayak up here. So there you have it. It's for sale.